All right, you good?
Time to record.
This meeting is being recorded.
Yes, it is.
All right, you might be super far behind here. We're gonna have to just work this out. It's that
I'm
Long
not that far
Island Wi-Fi
behind.
again. Now you are. Now you're better. When literally I was saying something and you were just like,
Yeah, that's just my brain being slow. That's not my internet.
that tracks. That absolutely tracks, and I'm here for it. What a way to start. What up, guys? Welcome back to episode 12 now, right? Episode 12 of season 2 of the Designated Players podcast. Once again, missing our good buddy Adam. I'm assuming he's on indefinite leave. You know, his life has gotten a touch too crazy, it sounds. So he will return when things calm down a bit. But we will continue to make fun of him for missing things, as we always do. We are back with part 2 of it seems to be 4 episodes of this idea that we have of getting the best 11 of every MLS team since they began into existence. We've had some really good conversations so far in the Reddit for each of the 16 we did last week. And we're going to share a few more of those. I'll probably share those tomorrow. And get.
Has anyone banned us yet?
Nobody's banned us. I've only gotten to share Red Bull though because of kind of my late night schedule.
That was a pretty easy one too. I don't think we'd get banned over that one.
We got a little pushback on Jan Gunnar Soli because a lot of people thought we were playing him at right mid because that's where he naturally played. But we converted into a right back and he wasn't good. But a lot of people did when they realized and they actually listened to the clip, they were like, oh, you know, he out of all the right backs, it has been probably one of our worst positions. And we understand why you didn't pick Murillo because he was just awful in the defensive part of that game. So, yeah, like I said, hasn't been too bad. A few shouts for Greladinho that we didn't put in there, but we made sure we put him on the bench. So that's all right. We probably should have done like a bench or an honorable mention for players that definitely needed to be in and we couldn't make work.
Maybe that'll be another episode idea. Part 6.
Squeeze everything out of it that we can. I love it. But we have 6 more Eastern Conference teams to go through. Atlanta, Chicago, Columbus, DC, FCC, and New England remain. And obviously we're going to randomize them because I don't do things in order anymore. That's so season 1. However, we are going to jump right into it after Scarf of the Week. Connor.
Yeah, my scarf's upstairs. It's upstairs. I can grab it. Hold on. I'll cut this part out.
Go get it. I got mine sitting here. Time. This is fun. Connor, when you're recording or when you're editing through this, I hope you know that your hair it's just so off point. You gotta fix it, my guy. You gotta fix it.
I'm back.
Did you hear anything I was saying?
Yeah, I heard everything.
Good.
Also, I'm gonna keep letting it play for a second because I think my mom's about to walk in. My dog's probably about to bark.
Yay, Rocky. Grace is currently chilling in her cage, which is strange because when I first got it, she would like fight me every time I tried to put her in the cage. Now, if I open that cage door, she just walks right in and sits down. I don't get how it works.
All right, we can go back now. All right, Scarf of the Week, right?
We are on to Scarf of the Week, and I thought you might have left yours upstate, so I'm glad you pulled one back. What do you got?
No, I always remember to bring one. But
I'm gonna have to do that when I get home.
So I brought one thinking we were doing the Western Conference, and I forgot we were doing the rest of the East. So I brought Houston, but we are not doing Houston today. But regardless, Houston have had a good start to the season, so they deserve some respect right now.
I agree. Like I said, I mean, listen, I told you they were going to finish high. You guys doubted on them, not me.
Listen, it's still early in the season. Let's see what happens. But they have been doing well. And a lot of my predictions have been wrong so far, so.
Finish this text. Good. Because I've got one that is sitting right over here that I never put away. Club America is back. I pulled this out when Adam was on his last episode. And we were comparing them because he brought out an America scarf. I thought we had the same one. Right. But we didn't, which kind of was anticlimactic. I thought it would have been really cool. I'm trying to think. Are they still in it, right?
CONCACAF?
Yeah.
God, I feel like it's been ages since they had a game.
That's what I was just trying to think about him. Like, oh goodness, I don't know. Currently,
well, we know Philly.
They did qualify as the runners of draw pot format. Where are we? So, yeah, we know Philly's in it. America, Monterrey, and Cruz Azul. Okay. So, and before we jump into it, I have to reference this conversation we had. So, my college team has an Instagram group chat we talk through about once every week or two, just random football conversation, and people always like to get on me because I enjoy this league and it's not that great. And, you know, I'm always the first to put my hand up and say, listen, I get it. It's not great, but it's a little bit of fun to watch, right? Like big bangers all the time. You know, high scoring games, defense kind of awful, but we have fun with it, right? But somebody came in and told me that Liga MX is a better league than MLS. And I just froze him in his tracks and said, don't you dare. And I went in this whole thing, kind of like what we usually talk about, in that they pay more for every team that they have. The disparity between the top and the bottom of that league is awful. Like, you'll never see think of a bad team here that has come up. I'll pick RSL, right? RSL, who was like bottom of the table a couple years ago, is now punching at the top of the Western Conference. You don't see that change because they have no salary cap. They just let people spend whatever they want. America is just going to buy all the best players and just let them run rampant. So we had a nice little conversation about that, and I was able to convince some people to get on our side. So that's a win for the MLS boys. All righty. So with that side note done, let's jump into the first team that we have left here. Connor, can you guess who it is out of the 6 that we have left?
Columbus.
Incorrect once again. Bruce Arena takes over New England, makes them a top contender in the East within 2 years. And we're going to pick their best 11 right now. Right now. You excited?
This is going to be a lot of editing to do with our, or at least with my team, because I didn't get a chance. So originally in the first episode, before we started the first episode, we were talking about doing just a 4-2-3-1 for all teams. And then we kind of scratched that mid-episode. And I didn't get a chance to update my other teams yet. So I will probably be making adjustments as we go along. So if I throw it out, I might change some of the names that we talk about.
Okay.
But we'll go through and then we'll kind of figure it out. And, you know, I don't know if you've edited yours at any point yet, so I can kind of like.
I have not. I'm going to walk through and kind of do it the way we did last time. So I like thinking about because for a few teams I had some like honorable mentions, but not for many. Like I was pretty set with the team that we had. So I'll probably just run through what we have, and
we'll kind of just talk and figure it out. If there's like guys we can't leave out, and we'll change things up.
Yeah. I'll let you start. We'll do the same thing we did last time. So for those of you who are listening in for the first time, what we're going to do is go position by position and just talk about who we have there. So we start with goalkeeper. We try to put in a 4-2-3-1. And then we will make changes if there are players we just can't leave out.
Right.
So Connor, why don't you start off?
Okay, so like obviously we're having Cody Cropper in goal, right?
See, I thought you were about to say Bobby Shuttleworth with a pinch of seriousness, and I was going to punch you in the face.
Oh, this one should be pretty easy, right?
Make the right choice. Go ahead.
Yes, Matt Reese.
Thank you. Matt Reese, my first ever favorite MLS goalkeeper. I don't know what it was about him, but man, I was just I really enjoyed watching him play. And I don't know if it was because he was kind of a smaller goalkeeper. If I remember correctly, he was like 5'10", maybe 6 foot, like somewhere around. What is 1.91 meters in feet?
I only do feet here.
1.91 meters in feet. Nope, that's not right. So I put in 1.91 meters in feet into Google, and it gave me 1,910,000 inches to feet, which is definitely not right. So meter 1.91. It's 6.25 feet. So like he was a bit tinier in terms of that, but he was just a really athletic, strong fundamental goalkeeper that I really enjoyed watching.
Right.
And I would have put him in here whether he probably deserved it or not, or whatever. Moving into right back.
Yeah, right back. I think I might have cheated a little bit on right back here, to be honest with you. So I'm open to hearing what you say on this one. And also just like, oh no, sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off there. Yeah, I figure I know who you put in there just based off of us looking at transfer market.
Yeah.
So I'm open to switching this around and stuff. And I was trying to take some suggestions, I guess, from stuff I was looking up. But I put Jay Heaps here.
Okay.
And he's listed as like a right mid, but also slightly right back. I don't know if he's really right back. I don't know if he counts as right back. I didn't watch him, so I don't know.
Well,
I don't know if you watched him.
No, he was gone a little bit before I got there.
Okay. So I don't know if he would technically count as a right back. And hold on, let me pull him up. Okay. So he played almost 300 games for them.
Right.
And mainly the reason I put him there was because I know you put Andrew Farrell there. I put Andrew Farrell somewhere else. So then I had this spot open.
Did you put him at center back?
Yeah.
All right. I'm okay with putting him at center back, but I don't know if we can call Jay Heaps a right back.
I don't know if we can either, to be honest with you.
Just quick Google search to figure out.
You
know what? You definitely can. He won Defender of the Year in 2009.
Okay.
After a successful career at Duke, started with the Fusion, went to the Revs. He played with the U.S. national team, earning 4 caps at the 2009 CONCACAF Gold Cup.
Well, if he was a defender, he would have had to have been a right back, I'm assuming.
Yeah, no, they wouldn't have played him. I mean, maybe he went over to the left at some point, but hey man, I'm cool with it. Cause who did you have at center back? Who are we replacing here?
So I have Farrell and Parkhurst at center back. Who do you have at center back?
See, I didn't put Parkhurst in.
No Parkhurst?
I had Suarez and Gonzalez. No, I couldn't.
You had okay. Any particular reason why you couldn't put Parkhurst in?
So, because I put him for Atlanta, and I was trying to stay. Away from all of that. Yeah, so I picked AJ Soares just because I can remember him playing, I guess, which is a weird way to do it. But Gonzalez, I believe, if I remember this guy correctly, he was a Red Bull killer.
Well, then, you know, of course he has to. He's got to be in there if he's a Red Bull killer. If you
kill Red Bull, you have to make it. So I'm cool with moving Soares out. But what I'm trying to do is see if I can find the teams that he scored against.
Yeah, so while you do that, I'll kind of make a case, I guess, for Parkhurst. So he obviously started out with New England. That was his first. Well, yeah, I think that counts as his first professional team. I think, yeah, that looks like just an academy. So he was there in 2005. He was Rookie of the Year, and then 2 years later, in 2007, he won Defender of the Year with them. As a team,
about Parkey.
Yeah.
All right. Because we've made this allowance for other players, I'm cool with it. Because I would have put him in. I was just trying to keep it.
Yeah, and I'll keep it to one per. Yeah.
But I'm definitely cool with going Heaps, Farrell, Parkhurst, and then you have Tierney at left back.
Yep.
All right, so I'm cool with that. Like I said, the reason I was trying to stay away from it was because I was trying to keep it.
Yeah, unique. Keep it.
And right. I forgot Jay Heaps was a right back, so I'm totally cool with it. Let's move into center mid.
Sure. Why don't you start us off?
I put Shalry Joseph at center defensive mid because I have 3/4 of a working brain.
Believe it or not, I put him there as well.
No way.
Yeah. I feel like the other midfield position might be interesting.
So I've got at center mid, I've got Scott Caldwell.
Okay.
Because I have this weird feeling, if I remember watching Kellen Rowe for the Revs between his early days, 12 to 18, I'm almost certain he played more as a wide player than a center mid.
I was literally just looking that up.
Yeah, because I have this. So if I look at him as
and when I sorted it just on New England,
yeah,
he's got 51 games at center mid, 37 at right wing, 31 at left wing, 26 at right mid, 18 at attacking mid. So his most played position was center mid. Sure, unless you're combining right wing, right mid.
That is, I would combine right wing, right mid.
Then he played just a tad bit more on the right. But I still think you could make the case for him in the middle if you wanted to put him in the middle.
Sure, and I think he's torn it up for them for Seattle as well. I don't think he's a bad center mid. I think Scott Caldwell is better in this spot as an 8. Now, the other one that was really tough for me to leave out of here was no, just kidding. This was pretty easy. I was thinking about somebody else, but for a different team. Kellen Rowe is a versatile, can play on the wing player. Scott Caldwell's a true 8. That's my reasoning behind it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it kind of comes down to like how you want to play with the team, right?
Yeah, and he's also a one club man. If you're talking New England Revs, this man started in 2012 until he retired. And technically he hasn't even retired yet. He's still playing. So he's been there now almost 10 years.
Well, you gave me most of the defense, so I can give you Caldwell.
I'll take that. Like I said, if we were talking about players who could be used in multiple positions, I think Kellen Rowe takes it. But I'm putting if you're giving me Kellen Rowe versus Scott Caldwell in terms of the style of play you need to have as a number 8 in this system, it's got to be Scott Caldwell. He can connect the lines really well, but he's also a really good partner next to Shalrie Joseph. And you'll see him have more success in that spot than Kellen Rowe would, I think. But that's just me.
I'm open to it. We'll have to just see with the New England fans if they agree or not.
No, we're out of that one. We're not allowed to post on that one.
Maybe we'll get someone on Twitter to respond.
Shucks.
Oh well. Guess we just have to be right then.
Yep. Let me listen. I'm totally fine with taking that approach too. Who do you got at Cam? I feel like this one's pretty straightforward.
Lee Win.
Yep. I'm cool there. Left mid, right mid, and striker were interesting. Who do you have for each?
All right. So left mid, I went with Diego Fagundes.
Okay.
Right mid, I went with Steve Ralston. And then striker, I went with Twellman.
Okay. So I've got 2 of 3 in agreement, and I think you're going to be able to buy into what I tell you after this.
You put Juan Agudelo, didn't you?
I will fight you. So I've got Diego Fagundes at left mid, Taylor Twellman at striker, but I've got Carlos Hill as a right mid.
Okay.
I think having Lee Win in there is no question. But Carlos Hill in 53 games has 13 goals, 9 assists, and also has experience playing out on the wing as a right winger there, and has played there for lots of teams. You know, he was on Aston Villa.
Carlos
I
Hill?
did know this. Yeah, I knew this. I remember when they bought him.
Well, you answered your own question.
Yep, I know. I do that sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah, right wing is actually most of his career was played at right mid. He's been better as an attacking mid just because he knows the game better than most players in MLS. But for his right wing spot, he's got 89 games played there versus 61 as an attacking mid, which is why I put him out in that right mid spot. But he, you know, for Aiche for Valencia, for Villa in the Premier League, for Deportivo in La Liga, and then even for the Revs a little bit, he's played on the right mid. So I think if we're gonna put the best 11, I'm gonna play him on that right mid spot. Let Lee Win pull the strings and get and Fagundes and Hill in there.
It's a tough one because I feel like
is it though?
I feel like Hill is the more talented player, and I think, to be honest with you, if you were to end the season right now, I feel like he would be your MVP.
Absolutely.
Right.
So how is it hard to decide between him and Steve Ralston? Just out of curiosity.
I mean, the legacy factor of it. Ralston played 200 more games than him. Ralston had over 100 goal contributions.
Yeah, but that's in 2002 to 2010.
How did New England do during that time? Let me see if I can find it.
Not well, if I remember correctly.
2002 to 2010, year by year. All right, 2002, they were runners-up in the playoffs. Okay, so during that period, they went to the Cup 4 times. They never won it, obviously, but they were in the finals
Right.
4 times. So I would say they did pretty well.
You sure about that? Hold on, 2002 to 2010.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. For New
Oh
England?
no, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong column here. My bad. Okay, fair. But remember, we're putting the best 11 out there. Can we realistically sit here and say Carlos Hill is not one of the best 11 players in New England Revs history? Can we?
I'll
I don't
agree.
think we
I'll
can.
agree with you on it. I do.
Now,
I do feel like you need to have played a certain number of games to be in the consideration, and I do think that Heel has like just played enough that I can consider him.
Okay.
So I'm fine with putting him there.
All right, that's cool. I will put him as my first sub off the bench if you want to do that. That's fine.
We got
but I feel
Ralston
like
and Kellen Rowe on the bench.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Like I said, I just don't think I can. I don't think I can, in good faith, take Carlos Hill off and put in Steve Ralston.
I don't blame you.
All right.
They would have some good bench choices here. Looks like.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think honorable mentions can go all over the shop, right?
Yeah, Teal Bunbury.
Teal Bunbury can definitely make that for sure.
You think you would put Clint on the bench?
Clint? Irwin?
Yeah, Clint Dempsey. No, Clint Dempsey.
Oh, Dempsey. Yes, I'd put Dempsey on. Man, so again, this is all about how we build a team. If we talk about the best players ever, like history-wise, not in terms of what they did with the team, but in terms of just their career, he's in here, no question.
Well, obviously.
I think Kevin Alston probably makes the bench. Bobby Shuttleworth might make the bench.
Mm-hmm. All right. Sounds good.
Yeah, there are a lot of really good players here that just never made the side. So, and we'll just put a disclaimer out. We know for a fact that we are missing players that we've never watched play. Right now, we're just going off numbers. Andy Dorman probably falls into that category, I'm sure. But
yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Connor, who's next?
FCC.
No, Chicago.
No.
Chicago, perennial losers. No, I'm just kidding. They're all right. I'll take over this one. I'll start this one. Sean Johnson in goal. I think that's a no-brainer.
Yes, Sean Johnson in goal.
How do you feel? Okay. Just want to make sure that you're agreeing. I put Palmer at right back because they are dangerously low on right backs.
Yeah, I put Palmer right back also.
Now, before people start yelling at us, let's just go through the right back list here and see who we can talk about. This whole back line, I think, is really, really tough to pick.
Yeah, I mean, Palmer's got the most appearances at right back with 55 appearances.
Yeah, I know. And then you're looking at Eric Gehrig, Dan Gargan might make it, Sekulic. Rodrigo Ramos is probably the highest potential that never or Rafael Ramos, who didn't pan out. And then you got good old Tony Walls with one appearance. Now, if you look at right mids that might be able to convert it back, Jesse Marsh, question mark, probably not.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, like I said, there's nobody really here that you can look at. Justin Mapp maybe as a wing back, but I think Palmer is there just by process of elimination.
Yeah, I kind of agree.
Center backs were also a tough spot because this has been a notoriously bad back line for a long time. What we could do, on a side note, if we don't want to put Palmer in there,
move one of the center backs out there.
Johan Kappelhoff has played right back for this team. And I'm thinking about doing that because I have CJ Brown and Jim Curtin in there because CJ Brown played 345 games, which is absurd.
Yeah.
Which means he played basically from the start to whenever he retired. Yeah, he joined the Fire in 1998, retired in 2010. So he was there through the whole start of this Chicago Fire early dynasty. And Jim Curtin, I believe, is in the same boat. I think he moved a little bit sooner, but yeah, he came in 2001 and went all the way to 2008. So
okay, how about we do, so right now, how about we do, maybe we just put it on the back burner for now, and then we could decide, maybe we can even work in some kind of 5 in the back with a wing backs thing.
Maybe.
But let's just we'll put it to the side for now, and then we'll come back to it.
Would Chicago play that though? I don't know.
I'd have to honestly look at the rest of the team to figure that out.
Right. Okay. Well, I've already switched Kappelhoff and Palmer.
Okay. I'm okay with that. We'll put that for now.
But I've got him on the bench there.
Okay.
Left back is pretty clear cut. DeMarcus Beasley. Easy. Tricky Bees. L Goat. Yeah, I wish he'd never retired. At center defensive mid, a fan favorite, Mr. Chris Armas.
Yep.
Which is tough because I wanted to put Logan Paws in there as well, but I believe, do a quick check here, Logan Paws came after the whole 1998 or 2000 to 2002 Chicago run, whereas Chris Armas was there from the start, 98 up to 2007. So I feel like we couldn't pick him just because he has more games. You know what I mean?
I'm interested to see who your other player is because I put Paws and Armas in there.
As a pure center mid, and I'm okay with putting Paws in there, because I couldn't bring myself to put in Bastion or Dax. But I put Diego Gutierrez as a pure 8. Played 190 times for the club from 97 to 2000 and then 2006 to 2009. So he was the center mid. And if I read correctly, I might be wrong here. I believe he was also the captain of that side that went on that run. But yeah, he was there when they won the Open Cup in 2000, 2003, Supporter Shield in 2003, making mucho appearances. So, he played some part in it.
I'm curious to know if Chicago ever did anything while Logan Paws was there. He was there from 2003 till 2015. Let's take a look real quick. Okay, so 2003 was a big year for them. They Supporter Shield, U.S. Open Cup, and were runners-up in the play. I feel like they almost had the treble.
They did, didn't they?
That's kind of weird. I never even noticed how close they were. They almost did it in '98 also. They were 3rd overall, and they won the Cup, and they won U.S. Open Cup.
Logan Paws also won a team MVP in 2010, where I don't see anything for Mr.
Gutierrez.
So I'm okay with putting Paws in there.
All I think you're gonna have to
convince me to. You're gonna have to convince me to take one of these players out on the attacking third for what's his name, David Accam, because I didn't put David Accam in there, and I also didn't put Nemanja Nikolic in there. Spoiler alert. At center attacking mid, I got Peter Novak.
Me too.
Yep, on the team all the way up through, it looks like 2001. 3 team MVPs in 4 years. pretty easy one there.
Yeah.
Left mid, I have Harry Shipp. Mid, Jesse Marsh, and striker. And I'm open to discussion on all of these, including I think we need to have another conversation about defenders as well after doing some quick research there. But anyways, let's talk attackers first.
Okay. So you said, so I was cutting out a lot when you said that. So I think you said Shipp.
Harry Shipp.
Yep.
At the left mid spot.
Yep.
Because he was the first homegrown that they produced that did anything worthwhile. And I'm not putting Mike Banner in there. I'm just not.
Okay.
Right wing, I've got right mid, I've got Jesse Marsh. Now, there are players here that can definitely be swapped.
And who was striker again?
You're looking at Ante Razov.
Okay. So I had 2 out of the 3. Let me look really quick.
You didn't put Jesse Marsh.
No, I did put Jesse Marsh.
But you didn't put Razov up top?
No, I did. I didn't put Harry Shipp. But to be honest with you,
would you put it left wing? I'm okay to swap somebody at left wing here if it's the right person.
You know what? I'm looking back at my choice now, and I don't love it. I went with Marco Papa.
Don't say Patrick. I'm okay with Papa. I thought you were going to say Patrick Niarco, and that is not the right answer. Marco Papa, I'm absolutely here
for. I was just looking him up to see if he had any awards or anything, but he won nothing with Chicago.
He didn't, but he was the top scorer in 2010. It's pretty cool.
He was there from 2008 to 2012. They were good for 2, maybe 3 of those years.
Yep. And if we talk about teams not having lots of really good wingers, right? We talked about that during our best 11 of all time. Marco Papa falls into that category as a good winger in early MLS. So I'm totally cool putting him there. The other players I would consider David Accam at left wing. Even though he's technically a right winger, but I'd absolutely put him at left wing over Harry Shipp. I think Jesse Marsh has to stay and Ante Razov has to stay.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Now, I want to have a conversation. All right, so let's talk first.
Yeah, let's see if we can wrap up this left mid spot, and then we'll go back to the defense.
Yes, I think David Accam probably should go there.
I'm just curious to see. Okay, so he actually played majority of the time at left wing. Yeah.
All right, let's do that. Let's put David Accam in there.
All right, David Accam.
Let Jesse Marsh go on the right with Ante Razov up top. Now, I want to go back just a touch.
Okay.
To the goalkeeper position.
Okay. I'm going to pull it up. I want to see if I can figure out who you're talking about.
It's not John Bush. But
Zach
when
Thornton?
I was looking through, when I was looking through this team awards, Zach Thornton won Team Defender of the Year in 2001 and 2002, and was also Team MVP in 2002. Which, if I remember correctly, no, I lied. They won the Open Cup in 2003, but the double in 2003. He was also there for. But ever since Sean Johnson got there, he hasn't won it, correct?
I don't think so. I mean, Chicago, I don't think has won anything since 2006.
Except for MLS Fair Play Award.
Big deal.
Go Friends. No, yeah, I think just based on winning alone,
Yeah, I feel like we're throwing some recency bias into the Sean Johnson pick.
Absolutely, and we got called on that in the Red Bull group chat or the Red Bull Reddit because they're like, "Oh, you didn't even put in any of the MetroStar players like Armando Guevara or Juan Pablo Angel." I'm like, "Yes, I know, but you can't blame me because they didn't win anything during that time." But at the same time, if we're going to use that logic, we can't say that Zach Thornton doesn't belong above Sean Johnson, right?
He was there until 2006. Three
Thornton
times
was?
won the US Open Cup 3 times, won MLS Cup once, Supporter Shield once, Goalkeeper of the Year once. Yeah, I don't think we can, and it's weird to say it, but I don't think we can stick with Sean Johnson here.
We can't. We really can't. And to be
No.
fair, we've already put him in for NYC, so it's probably fair to get him out.
That's true.
But I think we caught ourselves from a lot of stick on.
It's hard for us to go back to these players that we never even saw. Like we were like 3 years old when some of these players were playing.
That's totally fair. So if we're making a quick bench here, right? Johnson, Harry Schiff, and then Nikolic would probably be the 3 big ones.
Yeah.
Maybe Schweinsteiger as well.
Yeah. Maybe Gutierrez.
I'm okay with leaving Gutierrez off. I'll put him in there. So that'd be our bench 5. If we want to pick like 5 bench players or whatever, that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I was just listing off names. I wasn't even thinking about how big the bench is.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So that's Chicago done. Who's next?
Atlanta.
Correct. Atlanta's next.
I got one right.
I'll let you take this one. I mean, listen, you had 25% chance of getting it, didn't you?
That's fair. All right, so I'm gonna have to make some adjustments because I want to change up how I have this team lined up. Because originally we obviously had the 4-4-2.
You probably
have the 4-2.
You probably have to make this team a 5-3-2, don't you? Or a 5. What?
Yeah, definitely 5 at the back is what I'm thinking.
Yeah. So you're gonna take away a.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out who I'm taking away out of this team.
That's fine. Let's do this then. Let's go ahead and.
How much can I get away with here is really the question.
Correct.
I can. All right, I can just kind of run through what I have right now, and then we can kind of just talk and see.
There's only one position There's only one position I'm looking at. Might possibly change. I feel like you're not allowed to move any of the other ones. But we'll see. Okay, so who do you got in goal?
Brad Guzan.
Good one.
Obviously.
Nice. Right back.
I went with Gressel at right back.
Yeah, me too. Okay. Center backs.
I put Gressel as a right wing back. I don't know if I would put Gressel as a right back, just sole right back. I'd be tempted to put Escobar there. I'm not saying I wouldn't include Gressel in the team. I just don't know if I would put him at just sole right back. I like him better as a wing back.
So correct. He was not a good right back. He was a good wing back. There is a complete difference there.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I've got an idea of how I would switch this up, but I'll let you keep going. You have in center backs.
All right. 3 center backs. I got Parkey, Robinson, LGP.
Yep, me too.
All right. So this one, before we get to left back, I want to look this one up because I want to think about this one for a minute because I was thinking about this the other day and I'm like, I feel like I was very quick to pick a left back without really looking into it a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me.
Sorry.
Oh man, this
Not
is
a lot,
tougher.
right?
It's tougher than you'd think at left back because I feel like everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, throw in George Bello," but I'm very tempted to say Greg Garza.
I also was going to say Greg Garza. So I wanted to put Escobar in there, actually.
Trying to think if I remember him playing
but
left back at
he's
all.
not a left-sided player.
Yeah.
And Bello is too raw and makes a few mistakes.
Yeah, I think I gotta go Garza here.
Because Greg Garza was starting during that
when we won
championship season, wasn't he, or was he hurt?
You know what? It's actually a good question. Let's see.
I can't remember if he was hurt at that point or not.
Okay, hold on. What year did we win the cup? Was it 2018?
Fake fan over here.
I think it was 2018, right?
It is.
Yeah, it was.
Fake.
You know what? I don't know if he was playing. He played 2 games from 2018 on for Atlanta. I think, at least according to this.
No, he has 5 appearances in MLS Cup. He has 5 appearances in the playoffs. No, he started all the games. Yeah, so he was on. He's starting right back. Yeah, he's in this team.
Yeah, he's in the team.
Yeah, he was. Oh man, this is heartbreaking. I'm looking at all the games that he played, and I just see Red Bull 3-0, 1-0. Heartbreaking. Anyways, Garza has to be in there, right?
Yeah.
So that leaves 2 center mids and three attackers.
Yeah.
It's got to be, right? So who do you have in the middle?
I don't.
Yeah, this is hard.
Yeah, because I'm cheating on this one. But I almost feel like maybe it could work. Maybe.
Okay, I'll hear you out.
I put Nagni and Almiron in the midfield.
All right. The correct answer is Harrison Heath with 2 appearances.
He's actually, I made an entire Atlanta meme team and he's in there.
Of course he is. How do you not put him in there? I also have those 2 in there. I had to cut Big Jeff to get Robinson in as a 5 in the back.
Yeah.
But I'm cool with it. The other way you could go about it is kicking Almiron out wide and putting Jeff in there for some defensive support. But let's see what we got for left wing, right wing, striker.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember if Almiron played out wide. I don't. If he did, it definitely wasn't often. Okay, so then. All right, so then striker, I got Yosef, obviously. On the right, I have Tito, and on the left, I have Barco.
Yep, me too. I have all of them as well, but I think what you could probably do is drop Barco for Almiron, play Miggy on the left, and then put Jeff in for some defensive support.
Yeah, you could do that.
You know, I'll leave it up to you. It's your team, right?
I think talent-wise, we got to stick with Almiron in there, and you know what? Most central attacking mids, I probably wouldn't put in this position, but I feel like he had a very good work rate, and I think he would work a bit more defensively than some of the other attacking mids would in this league.
I agree. Yes. He's played 31 times as a left winger. And most of them were so he played as a left winger 10 times for Atlanta. He played there 13 times for Newcastle, and then 7 times for Lanús, and 1 time for Porteño. So you can't really say that he's a pure left winger, but he can if we want to.
Yeah. I'm still sticking with what we got, I think, to be honest with you.
It's going to be very attacking.
That's what Atlanta does.
I wonder if we can make like a simulation, like pick for when we put these teams up against each other. If we can like pick players that like match them the best or something, and
Yeah, it would just be tough for the guys that played in like '98 because like something like
right,
Football Manager, they're I don't know how far back that dates, but they might be in some of the games. I'll look into it at some point because I think that would
We'll
be
have to.
cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because then we can get
bench.
a really good feel. Do we have a bench? Do they have enough players for a bench? They've been around for like 2 years.
I think they do. You put Jeff, Eric Remedi, Franco Escobar.
So put all the defenders that we're not going to start just in case we need them.
You could put Emil Assad. You could probably put Hyman on the team. I think he's been around long enough.
I wouldn't put Hyman on the team. I'd probably put somebody like Andrew Will or Aminu.
He's on the meme team.
I bet he is. Who was the fourth one you said? He was an attacker.
Emil Assad.
Assad, okay. What about Pitti, South American Player of the Year, Pitti Martinez?
Yeah, I think Pitti would make it also.
Yeah, he has to be on
the
bench. Yeah. Okay. Move on.
All right. The next one.
We've got 3 more. Can you guess who the next one is?
Columbus.
He's got 2 in a row. This man does.
I'm kind of good.
Out of nowhere. I mean, your predictions aren't that good, but here he is.
That's true.
So, Columbus is up next. And this one was tough. This one was really, really tough. I'm going to go and take this one over. In goal, I put Zach Steffen, but I'm trying to figure out if I have recency bias here. Oh, God, I hate looking up this team with that awful crest. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. So
I think you can make the argument for it. I mean, he's probably the most talented, easily, right? I mean, maybe with the exception of Brad Friedel.
And then
but he played almost twice as many games as Brad Friedel.
Right, and Will Hesmer's won the cup, as did Eloy Room. But I think Zach Steffen has to be the answer here. Yeah, I'm gonna go Zach Steffen.
I'm going with him too.
Okay, right back. Yeah, me too. At right back, I've got Frankie Hajuk.
Yeah, me too.
That one's pretty straightforward. I love Harrison Awful, but Frankie was just different breed. In the center back spots, I've got Jonathan Mensah and Chad Marshall.
Yep, same for me.
Yeah, so that's pretty straightforward. Left back, I've got Waylon Francis.
I also have Waylon Francis.
Now, Robbie Rogers was more of a left mid. Hector Jimenez was more of a left mid. Milton Valenzuela is the only one I can kind of think of right now that might challenge him. If he was healthy the 1 year when he tore his ACL, I think he might get a better shout. And that's kind of all I got. Any thoughts there?
I agree. I don't think we've seen enough from Milton yet to make it. Although, I mean, talent-wise, would you say he's better than Waylon Francis?
Absolutely, I would.
So this almost feels like the Carlos Heel pick here.
Yeah, and then put Francis on the bench, maybe.
It feels weird putting him in this team though.
It does, but it also feels weird putting Waylon Francis in here, right? Like, I don't know. I think like Waylon Francis has never done anything wrong, but he just doesn't jump out as like a guy you put in a best 11 of all time.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. We can just put Milton.
Yeah.
We can take some feedback on this position. I would definitely like to hear what Columbus fans think on this one. Did I lose you? Did you hear what I said?
No, I got you back now though.
Oh, okay. I said I would definitely like to hear what Columbus fans have to think about this position.
Yeah, that's probably the route we want to go, right? Because I think Valenzuela, talent-wise, if we're making like a team that is going to go up against the best of the best, Valenzuela over Francis every day of the week.
Yeah, I think so too.
Right. Okay. Center mid is where things get tricky then. I've got my middle three are Artur, Trapp, and Higuain.
Yeah, I have the same.
Okay, cool. I was hesitant on Trapp. You know my thoughts about him, but I found it tough to put anybody else in there. Mainly because Darlington Nagbe just does not have the amount of games for this club that I would have liked to include him, right?
Yeah.
Then you have Emmanuel Ekpo and Tony Chani, but I won't put Tony Chani in. Former Red Bull, doesn't respect our club. Never. Could never do it. No, I'm just kidding. I think there was an issue where he like scored against us and like shushed our crowd. I don't remember it, but like I feel like I'm reading something about that. Okay, we'll move into left mid, right mid striker, and this is where you're going to need to convince me. You're going to need to convince me to get this stuff out.
This is a tough one.
This was really hard. Like we're going to leave somebody off, and people are going to get very upset.
Oh, I'm sure for a fact. This is hard though. Like I bet even within the Columbus community, you're gonna have differing opinions on this one.
Yep. Justin Miram, Eddie Gavin, Guillermo Barros-Charlotte. Brian McBride's on my bench. Tell me why I should put him in my starting 11.
So I have McBride as striker, GBS on the right, and Gavin on the left.
I'm cool with it, but give me a reason why.
I'm going to look into it right now. I'm curious to see how McBride, because so it seems like it's kind of just McBride versus Miram at this point. So I'm curious to see who did more at Columbus.
Brian McBride, 77 goals in 190 games. Justin Miram, 233 games, 43 goals, 34 assists.
So McBride, he won the Fair Play of the Year award. He's won U.S. Open Cup once. And surprisingly enough, that's all he did with Columbus. No individual awards either, except goal of the year.
Justin Miram has won U.S. Open Cup with Atlanta. He doesn't have anything with Columbus. So none of them have won anything.
Okay. And then I'm just curious to see how Columbus has done over the years with them. See who was on the stronger team, I guess. There's definitely other names that we're not even considering that are also
absolutely
in the running as well.
We're missing a ton of them, right? I think Gyasi Zardes absolutely makes my bench.
Yeah.
I think Eloy Room probably makes the bench too, or Brad Friedel makes the bench.
Again, maybe There was a couple good right wingers.
The attack of these guys have been so good.
Ethan Finley, maybe Pedro Santos.
I would put Pedro Santos in there.
I remember him like not being great for a while, and then it just feels like all of a sudden he's gotten like a lot better.
Yeah, no, because he was. I remember talking about that on a podcast, and then like the second I said like I don't think he's that good, he went and blew up. I was like, yeah, you're welcome.
All right, so when Merrim was there, the closest thing they got was MLS Cup final in 2015.
Okay.
And then where's McBride? McBride was there from 96 to 2003. And they were pretty good during that stretch. Oh man, it's tough.
I'm gonna go ahead and say we can't keep Brian McBride off of this team.
Okay.
77 goals, I believe, if I was reading it correctly. Like without any hesitation, top goal scorer. Just double check here. Yeah, like it's not even close. It's him and Jeff Cunningham at 69, then Higuain at 59.
Mm-hmm.
Stern John probably also gets on the bench here.
Why am I struggling? Am I looking at the wrong position? Where's GBS?
He's listed as a hold please.
Can't find him anywhere.
Oh no, he's not in this. So I remember exactly doing this because I was trying to. He's listed as a center forward, but he doesn't. He doesn't come up when you look up crew center forwards.
Okay.
Is this the same guy I'm thinking of, or there was somebody who I was trying to look up that didn't come in as center forward?
Kyle Aaron.
Yes, that's right. But yeah, GBS is there.
Yeah, I see him. Can even make sure. Yeah, I think. Yeah, their attack is going to take up most of their bench. Okay, so then we have. Yep. How do you want to do the wingers? I think GBS had a little bit of time on the right from what it looked like.
Yeah, GBS and Gavin keep McBride up top.
Okay, so Gavin on the left, GBS on the right, McBride up top. Do we want to switch the formation at all? I don't know if we can. You'd maybe have to do 4 up top. but I don't know who's coming out. Like, do you drop?
We could pull Will Trapp
and drop Higuain a little lower.
Drop Higuain into a center mid spot where it could be like a diamond, like a 4-4-2 diamond. So
okay, yeah, I see what you're saying.
Stefan, Jesus Marshall, Mensah, Valenzuela, Artur in front of them. Mm-hmm. Out wide, go with Merrim and Gavin, and then GBS and Bride up top, 4-4-2 diamond.
And then Higuain behind them at Cam.
Yes, yeah. So it's yeah, so that's probably the best way to do it. Good idea. Right, we'll go a 4-4-2 diamond.
A wide 4-4-2 diamond.
Yes. 4-4-2 diamond wide for our football manager friends out there. With Stefan, Jesus Marshall, Mensah, Valenzuela, Artur in front of them, Gavin and Merrim out wide, Higuain in front of them, and then in front of that line is GBS and McBride with Zardes, Friedel, Stern John, Cunningham, Trapp, and Waylon Francis on the bench.
Okay, so we have Merrim on the left, right, and then Gavin on the right.
Yep.
All right, I got it. All right, cool.
That was good.
Okay, yeah, it was good. We got to work everybody in there.
Good thought. Good thought. Okay. So
is it FCC time yet?
it is FCC time. Look at you. You're on a roll. 3 in a row. Ooh, baby.
Can we dial in Adam for this?
we might have to. I'm gonna give him a ring. Oh, I opened the Champion season 5 episode 5. Okay, let's give him a quick ring.
Okay. I think he's gonna hang up the phone when you tell him what team we're doing.
Okay. Gotta find him here. Adam Tamburello. There you are. Can you hear it?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Okay, good. That means everybody else can too. Adam Tamburello, you see, we're here recording this podcast that you aren't with us for, unfortunately. All right, so I know you're asleep, but here's the deal. We're about to give Connor, go on mute for a second. I need him to hear everything.
Are you recording? Is it gonna be in the recording?
Yeah, of course it is. We are here about to break down the greatest 11 of all time for the greatest team of all time, FC Cincinnati. And we just wanted to have your feedback as to who you think probably gets in some of these spots.
What position?
All right, we'll start with goalkeeper.
Yeah.
I can give you a few choices. That's fine.
Kenneth Vermeer.
Connor suggests Kenneth Vermeer. After 3 games. Hey, he does have like 10% of their all-time wins. You got to give him that. Okay. Your goalkeeper choices are Spencer Ritchie.
Yeah.
Teton.
Yeah.
Bobby Edwards, Kenneth Vermeer, or Cody Cropper.
So my options are between the former Philadelphia.
It's kind of hard to hear him.
He belongs on Red Bull, don't he?
I can't give a chance to things that got rid of them. So I am going to give it to Spencer Ritchie.
All right, he picked Spencer Ritchie for those of you who can't hear. Connor, who do you have? I've got Teton.
I also have Teton.
All right, so it's 2-1 Teton against Ritchie, but I'm gonna make a note that you said Spencer Ritchie. Okay.
At the end of the day, you might as well have
He says at the end of the day, you might as well have Josh Saunders in there because that's as good as they're gonna get. All right, so at your right back spot, you've got Deplanier, Joe Gow, Justin Hoyt, or everybody's favorite Alvis Powell.
cool.
He just laughs. Connor, who do you have? Let's help him out a little bit.
I had Deplanier.
I also had Deplanier. He didn't realize Cincinnati had defenders. Joe Gow has made 32 starts at right back for this team. That you could have told me that stat, I would have called you a liar. All right, your choices for left back. Red Bull legend Andrew Gutman. Atlanta legend Greg Garza. Or NYC legend Ronald Matarrita. I picked Gutman as well. Connor, any disagreements?
No, I also picked Gutman.
Cool. All right, center back. This is really good because I have a lot of really good ones. Kendall Waston, Nick Hagland, Michael van der Werf, Tom Peterson, Forrest Lasso, or, and I think everybody should really hardly consider this, Gustavo Vallecilla, who scored the game winner against Montreal and sent FCC straight to the moon last week. I feel like he needs to be considered. He scored 1 goal to get them 10% of their wins in their entire history. This is a big deal. It's like 1 out of 12. It's probably like 8%. Yeah. I've picked Waston and Van der Werf.
Can we squeeze Jeff Cameron in there?
We can definitely not squeeze Jeff Cameron in there. Stop. All right, so I'm gonna put Hagland and Vallecilla on this little note here. Connor, who did you pick?
I picked Kendall Waston and Hagland.
All right, so I'll replace Van der Werf with Hagland, but I feel like Hagland played out wide a little bit more. He was slid into right back a little bit. That doesn't mean that he didn't play in a position. Oh man. Okay, let's talk center defensive mids real quick. We're about halfway there, and then you can go back to sleep. And then you got to get back here. We miss having these conversations in person. Caleb Stanko, Victor Ulloa, Kamahelo Mokajo, Fatai Lashe, Tommy Maccabee, and two appearances for Jeff Cameron. Jeff Cameron's played twice already. Why haven't I seen this? And he has an assist. What is going on? Medunjanin's a pure 8. So we'll get to him in a second.
Did you pick it?
I've also picked Makocho. Connor?
I didn't pick any of those choices.
What the hell?
I went with Alan Cruz and Frankie Amaya in the midfield.
Okay, so I have Alan Cruz and Frankie Amaya as well. But Medunjanin doesn't do it for me. Yeah, but he's not. We're talking about FCC, not Philly. I agree. Connor, go on mute. Too much background noise.
Sorry.
So your choices for center mid pure: Alan Cruz, Leo Bertone, Medunjanin, Eric Alexander, Corbin Bone, or Jimmy McLaughlin. Is who? CM De Jong's a 10. We're still on the 8 here. We're doing like a 4-2-3-1. See, when I say that about FC Dallas, I get yelled at, but he gets to say it about FCC. How's that work? Dallas are dead last in the West. Don't start with me. And I know that just because I looked it up. Stop.
Nobody can hear what Adam is saying.
Nobody. All right. So Adam and I are arguing regarding. He's talking bad about FCC and not knowing any of their players or where they play. And I said, if I say that about FC Dallas, I get yelled at. But he says about FCC and everybody laughs at him. And then he said something along the lines of FC Dallas are actually good, to which I responded, they're in dead last in the West. And he goes, Ryan Hollingshead, Golden Boot and Defender of the Year. So the conversation went straight down the drain. I also don't know where my speaker recording is, so I don't even know. I think it's down here. Adam, say words. Is that better?
No.
I don't know. We'll pick it up. I'll just translate. All right. So your attacking midfielder spot, Amaya. Well, we're gonna pick Alan Cruz for the 8, and you can decide on this attacking mid spot of Frankie Amaya, CM De Jong, Lucia Costa, or Nazmi Al-Badawi.
CM De Jong came in for a lot of money, and I was told when I called him a bust that I was wrong and didn't know what I picked. So he must be good, and I just don't see it.
Yeah, probably, but I'm gonna go with Frankie Amaya here. I don't know about you.
I mean, I guess it's fine.
Connor also has Amaya.
I went with Amaya deeper in the midfield.
Okay, so you went with Amaya deeper in the midfield, and you went Cruz, right?
Well, I went with Cruz and Amaya in the midfield. My team doesn't have any defensive mids. And then I went with Yuya Kubo at cam.
Ew, Yuya Kubo at cam.
Yeah.
That's disgusting. So I'm gonna disagree with that.
I wouldn't blame you.
I can't give you Yuya Kubo cam. I can't.
Who was your other midfielder?
Makocho. He's a center defensive mid.
Fine. I'll go with Makocha, and then I'll just move. I don't know. What do you want, Amaya or Cruz and Cam?
Move Amaya higher.
Okay.
Okay. So at the left mid spot, Adam, your choices are Kenny Seif, Ronald Lamar, Kakuta Mane, Alvaro Barreal, Calvin Harris, or DEJ7.
Not there, so what are we doing with your life?
He says, if it's not DEJ7, what are you doing with your life?
How many players?
A few of them, I think. I don't know. I'm gonna go with. I think I'm gonna go Barreal here. Your actual answer is Saif. I'm gonna go Barreal. Connor, what do you got?
I went with Kakuta Mane.
So I'm okay with Kakuta Mane. I think Barreal is a better player if we're talking about the top 11 that they've ever had. Kenny Saif had 9 appearances, 1 goal, 2 assists, and then got sent straight out to Poland. But he got straight sent out to Poland after that. So, so I think our choices are now stuck between Lamar, Kakuta Mane, or Barreal. I don't think DEJ7 with 5 appearances makes the list. So he is in agreement with those 3. Connor, Connor, you want to go Mane? I get Mane has more goals and assists than Barreal over games, but nobody's played enough games to like make it count, as we were talking about before. So I think if we're looking just on pure ability, I'll take Barreal over Kikuta Mane.
Sure.
He says sure. I think it doesn't matter. Whenever we put this team up against anybody, they're going to lose, so it doesn't matter. On the right, you're looking at for you, Adam. Here we are. What? No, he's played 5 times. You cannot put him on the right. Ledesma, Regatin, or Isaac Atanga. I think this one's pretty straightforward. Emmanuel Ledesma. Connor. Yep, I think we're all in agreement there. Yep. And at striker, another one that you just can't.
You just can't miss out on putting Jurgen Locadia in here.
You can, right? Jurgen Locadia is the guy.
I imagine that's Adam not disagreeing.
Adam, the sound that you guys don't hear is Adam completely agreeing that Jurgen Locadia is the single best signing in MLS history and not going on a tangent regarding him saying he was a bust before he played 3 games. Definitely not. He's got 2 goals for FCC. Let's watch it.
Brian White has more goals than that.
Yes, but Brian White is a class forward, all right? You need to get back on here because the people can't hear you, and I'm trying to translate a fantastic. He's basically comparing Jurgen Locadia to Brian White, which is just an unfair. Jurgen Locadia was okay in the Bundesliga, is okay in MLS. Brian White is an MLS best 11 every year striker. It's not a fair and that's what he's saying is it's not a fair comparison. He's made it, but it's not fair. He knows that. So your choices are Locadia, Kubo, Maddox, Vasquez, or Brenner. And just based off of the fact that we put Barreal at left mid based on ability, I think Brenner goes in there because he's Brenner. Connor, you good?
Yeah.
All right. Adam.
FCC done.
FCC's done. Get your ass back over here so we can keep doing this. Finish up your school or your doctor stuff or whatever and get your priorities right so you can get over here and be a podcaster like the rest of us.
I will do my best.
All right.
I'm also now honor society president, so yeah, sure.
Oh, honor society president. Wow. Look at this guy trying to build his resume instead of being a podcaster. We're a loser. All right. Go back to sleep. Okay, bye. All right.
That was interesting. That's gonna be fun to edit.
Yeah, you're gonna have to like bump that that audio mad loud. But all right. So on the bench, I won't even bother him with the bench. I've got Richie, Valencia, Van der Werf, Lama, Mane. I'll throw Locadia on there.
They don't deserve a bench.
And Kubo. Those are the bench players. All right, let's get this last team over. This has been an absolute but this is what we come here for. Who's left, Connor?
It's DC.
DC United went to Rome to see the Pope. DC United. No, I'm not going to finish that song. It ends badly. It has bad words in it. But that is that's a supporter song from the Red Bull South Ward. It goes to the team the tune of do 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 do, right? And it has bad words in it because we don't like DC United, and it's really a fun song. I sing it all the time while I'm on my walks.
That's not weird.
Not weird at all. I don't know what you're talking about. All right, DC United. I'll let you finish this one up, Connor. Who do you have in goal?
Oh, well, none other than your favorite goalkeeper of all time, of course.
This man has 3 red cards. How do you do that? You're a goalkeeper.
Bill Hamid.
Nick Raimondo played 104 times for this team. I just want to point that out.
Yeah, he probably still played like another 400 for RSL.
Unreal. Correct, Bill Hamid. Right back.
Right back. I have Andy Nahar.
See, I also have Andy Nahar, but I wouldn't be opposed to putting Sean Franklin in there.
I'd pick Andy Nahar over Sean Franklin.
I would too. I think just on pure
ability. Yeah,
I agree. I'm cool with that. Sean Franklin definitely needs a shout though. I'm gonna put him on the bench because I think.
Oh, don't worry. I'm sure there's gonna be plenty of DC fans that are like, "You forgot this guy from 1996
when we won everything." Yes.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Center backs, who you got?
Pope and Boswell.
See, I had Birnbaum, but I also would put Pope. Like I wasn't sure where we're going. I was trying to get a good mix of current and former, but I definitely would put Pope in there with Boswell. But I think Birnbaum also probably deserves a shout. And they do have the 7th best center back in the league right now with Frederick Biron. So got to keep that in mind too. No, I definitely put Pope in there. He was on my bench, but I'm cool with the switch. Left back. Left back.
I went with a goose.
I waited for you. Jeff Agus. Yeah.
Agus.
Yeah.
Agus. Close enough.
If I remember correctly, he spent some time with the Metro as well.
Oh, so that means he's automatically going in your team.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, he was there for the last part of his career, right when Red Bull took over. So, yep, I'm cool with that. Center defensive mid.
I think I'm just making sure that they have him listed as a center defensive mid. I went with Perry Kitchen.
Me too. Didn't like it, but I did. I kept Brian Carroll out because we put him in for Philly. Don't know enough about Clyde Sims or Richie Williams to make that call. So I'll get roasted for that. I'm okay with that. Center mid, who you got?
I have a name on here, but he's not popping up anywhere. And I'm trying to. Okay, so hold on. Give me 1 second.
If it helps you, I've got 2 center attacking mids at in my team. Because I felt it was wrong.
Yeah, I have Echeverry here.
I also have Echeverry in there. Yep. I just felt it was wrong not to have him. And then my assumption is you've got Lucia Costa there as well.
Yeah.
I felt it was wrong not to have both of them. I'm cool with that. All right.
Is there a way we can rework this to make it better, or are we fine with?
No, because that center mid spot that Echeverry's in gives him the freedom to go forward. And if he has Perry Kitchen behind, he's probably got like 30 minutes before he gets a red card anyway. So, he'll get away with it.
Lucha, I don't know anything about this guy, but Christian Gomez has some crazy numbers for DC.
Christian Gomez. Why does that name sound familiar?
I don't know, but he's got 55 goals and 31 assists in 148 games.
What?
That's pretty good. I don't know when he played, though. He played 2008.
He went 2004 to 2008, then 2009 to 2010.
Yeah.
What? It's wild.
He put up some numbers.
He did, didn't he?
Is he worth considering over Lucci?
No, definitely not. Luciano Costa was 3 days away from transferring out of DC United to Paris Saint-Germain. You don't know. I'll put him on the bench.
What if Gomez was too?
I don't think he was. I feel like we would have known about it.
He won an MVP while he was there, and he won 2 Supporter Shields and an MLS Cup, all with DC.
How are we going to rework this team to get him in, though? Lucci out.
You'd have to drop Lucci.
No, we're not dropping Lucci.
Can Lucci go out? Can one of these center attacking mids go out wide is the question.
That's what we're checking right now.
She's all down the middle.
Lucci's no. So none of them can go out wide. Marco Echeverry also has an MLS MVP.
Yeah, you know who doesn't? Lucci. As much as I hate to say it, but I do
That's
feel like
so
there's some recency bias from us.
that's so bad, but you're probably right.
I know he was really close to getting the move to PSG, but like, didn't they also sign Kevin Prince Boateng?
I mean, I guess, but they also signed this guy. What's his name? Mbappe.
Mbappe? I don't know. I never
Mbappe.
heard of him.
Yeah, me either. He's some teenager or something.
I don't know. He's never gonna fill the shoes of Angel Di Maria.
Stop. I'll drop Lucci to the bench and put Gomez in. I think that's a pretty good spot.
Curious to see how DC did with him. Like, was he just the only good player on a bad team, and that's why he like racked up all the stats?
2004 DC United in 2004 to 2008.
There's no way you can win MVP and your team is bad.
No, you have to be good.
Yeah.
So I'm cool with it. Let's just double check real quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a look.
While we're looking, my front three: Chris Pontius, Ben Olsen, and Moreno.
Yep, me too. All right, so when was he there again?
04 to 08.
They won an MLS Cup, and they were Supporter Shield twice. I think he's got to be in this team.
He does, doesn't he? Yeah, you can't argue those numbers, can you?
Who's Luciano Emilio? He was like top goal scorer every year while they were there. Is he a striker? Oh, he is. Yeah, he's probably their second choice at striker. It's got to be Jaime Moreno.
Luci Emiliano.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This team you could build a pretty decent bench with this team.
Oh yeah, no, like I said, or Emilio rather than Emiliano, but Escandrian can go in there as well.
Wayne Rooney gets a shout.
Oh, God, I don't want to, but he probably does.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Fourth leading goal scorer out of all strikers. 52 games. He scored a goal every 2 games. Man, I really don't want to, but like
he was big for them. We don't have to. It's just a bench. We don't have to put this much effort into it.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. But I'm cool putting Gomez in. Moreno stays with Franklin Birnbaum, Acosta, Emilio, and Escandrian on the bench. They also had Roy Lassiter. Roy Lassiter has to make that bench too, doesn't he? Raul Diaz Arce has to make that bench. God, they had what was this? This team's attack is so good.
They had D-Row also.
Yeah, Dero was in there. They had
they're a good team.
That's
why they were an A on our what is it? Tier list.
John Harkes. All right, I'm just gonna add one more name to the bench here, and that was
this is like a whole 11 on the bench.
Lassiter and Diaz Arce has to make that too. Yeah, Christian Gomez is their second leading scorer out of the center attacking mid spot. Yeah, all right, I'm cool with that team. Damn, they were really good.
Yeah.
So that's the Eastern Conference now, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
All right, so
on to the West next.
The Western Conference comes up next. You excited? Who you got planned? What do you think?
Who do I have planned?
Yeah.
You want a little sneak peek? I have to finish.
I want you to give me 3 players that make any team. Just name 3 players.
That make any team?
Yeah, just 3 random players. And I'll give you 3 of mine.
Just like they don't have to have played for the team, just like 3 guys that would make any team.
No. What I'm saying is right now, 3 players that I'm looking at are Preki.
Oh, that are like for sure on the team?
No. I'm just saying I've got everybody listed out. So I'm not telling you what team they're on, but players that have made my team: Preki, Diaz, and Valeri. Spoiler.
Am I supposed to guess what teams?
No. Just tell me 3 players that you've already.
Okay. Okay. I'll say I still have to finish, but I have some teams here. Davis. Keen.
Who?
Yeah, I know. You like to forget about him. And Casey.
Nice. I like that. All right. Well, that's it. That's it for episode 12, season 2. Make sure you drop a like and let us know what you think. Let us know if we've missed anybody. I'm sure we have. We're gonna just make a disclaimer. I'm sure we have. Make sure you're following us wherever you podcast, right? So you know when we post a new episode, which is hopefully going to remain every week. Or it's getting tougher and tougher now as work gets tougher, but we'll keep doing our best. Make sure you're following us on all forms of social media: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. We'll be still posting on all those. Trust me, I promise. So I'll get back to it eventually. I'm so bad at it. I have no time. And then, yeah, just keep letting us know what you think. Keep interacting with us. And eventually we're going to get back to live streaming too. And I'm thinking that if Connor keeps bailing on me, I'm just going to start doing it on my own. Invite some random people in. Might be a fun way to do it. But that was the Eastern Conference Part 2. Best 11 of all time. Make sure you give us a rating. I feel like that's a thing that people still do. And then we'll see you next time on the next episode of the Designated Players Podcast. See ya.